So we got the log splitter because I'm able to get free logs, so I don't have to buy firewood anymore. But one of the things you come up against is you have to cut some of the logs before you put in the splitter. So I got on sale actually 20% off from this WORX, WORX. It's an 18-inch electric chainsaw. Now, I know what you're thinking, it's not a gas chainsaw, but the reason I got this is because I'm only going to be cutting, let's say, a cord or so a year, and we pay about $200 a cord to have it delivered. So it's worth getting some of these tools to save money. But because I understand that gasoline engines are better. Like on my snowblower, it's a plug. You need that torque, you need that energy, and you kind of need it when you're cutting logs as well. But a snowblower you might use once a week, maybe twice a week, possibly. Here, this I'm going to cut maybe once a year. I'll cut a few logs. Hopefully the logs I get will be smaller so I could just split them without cutting them. So I decided to go with an electric chainsaw, and it's just easier. You don't have to deal with the gasoline, the oil, mixing those two-stroke engines, mixing the fuel. So I thought we'd take a look at it. And the interesting thing is, this is actually the way it comes. When you ship it, you order it from WORX, and I think they're trying to save every penny, which is good. They're trying to save on the shipping. It was 20% off. I probably paid, with the $10 shipping, I think I got it for about $92 or so. I think that's a really good deal for a chainsaw. Amazon has it, but you buy it directly from WORX. You look online for their sales. You sign up for the newsletter, they give you 10%. There was one day, for a period of about 2 days, they gave 20% off. So it seems like they give basically either 10% off and free shipping, or just 20% off and you pay for shipping, about $13. So you may just be better off just getting the 10% one. But in any event, this is the way it comes. It's not shipped a box in a box. Now, this looks like the retail type box. They don't put it in a cardboard box when they ship it. Believe it or not, this is exactly the way it comes by UPS. They put a sticker on it, and that's it. This part sticks out. See, the box has 2 holes in it? Yep, you can see it. This just sticks out. It's covered over. Got a little beaten up, but it looks good to me. So it says it has a chain brake for added safety. Safety is good because I don't know what I'm doing. I think for a homeowner who's just using it once in a while, he's probably better off with an electric chainsaw. So we'll see. This is the way it comes. I thought we would open it up together. I just cut it open, so. Okay, so it comes with like a quick start manual, warranty card, and an owner's manual, and this is bar and chain oil that you put into the chainsaw. There's an oil reservoir, and it lubricates the chain as it's going around. Otherwise, you'll destroy your chain. All right, so that's how they package it. And take some of this out. Okay, and that's it. The rest are just packaging materials. All right, so let's see what we got. It's a pretty nice looking unit. Big motor. It's a big electric motor. That's most of it. It's pretty heavy, I have to say. It's surprisingly heavy. It's hard to say. It's probably about maybe 14 pounds. Okay, so Let's get a close look at it. Okay, this wheel tightens up the chain. It's pretty tight. That's where you add the oil. I don't think there is any in there. No, it's dry. That's dry. And take a look at it. Important, fill the bar with chain oil before use. Disengage chain brake before starting. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay, I guess there's a brake. Where the brake is, I don't know. Take a close look at it. Now this is a 15 amp unit. Okay, this is the bigger one, the 18-inch bar. They make a smaller one, like a 14.5 amp versus the 15 amp, and I think it's a 16-inch bar. But I decided to go with the bigger one because it was on sale. And this come out. Let's see. All right, low kickback. I guess, you know, they're less powerful than gasoline engines, and I guess they don't have that much kickback then. And this is, what does this do? I don't know. What is this thing? Let's see what that is. I don't know. What is this? I'm not sure. And what does this do? I guess it just protects you. It doesn't seem to do anything. For some reason I thought it does. Okay, so this is a pretty good view of it. I don't really want to put the oil in, but maybe I could plug it in just for a second just to see how it goes. Huh. But it looks good. Here's a button, I guess. You pull it up and then you can, I think to engage it, you have to push the button in, pick it up, and then it won't lock. You can't leave it. It's a safety thing. You can't lock it in position where it's going to stay on, where you can let go. You have to hold this the whole time. In fact, you have to hold it, push it, hold it up, and hold it. So if there's any problems and you drop it, it'll shut off. I'll just give a quick, turn it on for a minute, because I don't have oil in it, but maybe we could just take a quick look at it. Okay, so I got it plugged in, and I don't want to use it too much because I don't have the oil in it, but so you hold it, it doesn't work. Huh. Why not? I don't know. I guess I have to read the instructions. Huh. Alright, let me play with that a little bit. So, there's a safety mechanism here. This is the kickback plate. This has to be in, let me just make sure you guys can see. So, the kickback plate has to be back. I'm not sure how that works, why that works, but so if it's coming forward at you, it'll basically shut off the mechanism, because if it shoots at you, it'll push out. You'll end up pushing it out, and it'll shut off. And get you a better view of it. So basically, this plate has to be pushed in, and then it'll go. So just put this down, and then you push the button and hold it. Alright, seems pretty powerful. I can't tell you 100%. But it's enough for now. And we'll just wait till we have some logs to cut, and we'll try it out. Doesn't seem, it's certainly not as powerful, I would say, as a gasoline one. I mean, I can tell off the bat, it just doesn't have the power of a gasoline engine. But, you know, it's something just, if you're using it just occasionally, this should be enough. So, we'll get back to you when we get some logs. Okay guys, we are back, and finally spring has sprung. It's been a long winter, and I've been waiting to try out the WORX chainsaw that we were playing with in the winter. So I got it out, and we'll set it up. I've never used a chainsaw before, but hopefully this electric one will do well for the reasons I stated before. And by the way, we're back. We have I've upgraded my phone. I was using the Samsung S7. Now I'm using the Samsung S9 Plus. You'll tell me if the video is any better. In any event, so we'll go through this with the chainsaw, and I actually weighed it, and it's almost 12 pounds, a little bit under 12 pounds. Probably maybe with the oil it'll hit 12 pounds. It's really pretty heavy, so there must be a lot of copper in here, which is good. Hopefully it'll be a beefy enough engine to cut through some wood. And like I said, I'm just looking to cut some wood to, I don't really want to deal with the mixing oil and gasoline. So if this works, I'll be really happy. So we have some wood, and I thought I'd start with, we'll set it up, and I have two pieces of wood here. One is 4 inches, we'll start with that, and then we have a piece here that's 9 inches. So we'll see how it works out. So what they want you to do is first fill this with oil. And I got this from Home Depot. I only covered it up because it got a hole in it. I don't know how. This is the cheapest plastic container you can imagine. In any event, that's Home Depot. But we love them anyway. So we'll fill this up with oil. Oh. Alright, laugh at me. Whatever. Okay, so we'll get ready. Okay, so what we did is we filled it with oil now, and what they want you to do is first take off the cover, and over here there's a little hole over there. Let me see if you can see that. What they want you to do is right over here pump grease in there. Doesn't really say how to do it, so I put a grease gun in the front and I put my finger in the back to block it, and I kind of like force grease in between there. So hopefully that's okay. I've never used this before, never used a chainsaw before, so let's just see. Oh, there's an interlock, and there's no power. Let's see why that's the case. Is this connected right? No, hold on. Okay, so it turns out it's this safety, the kickback. If it's forward, it won't start. It's got to be back. And so I'll tell you, it feels like, I've never used a gas chainsaw, but I've worked around a lot of small gasoline engines and generators. And I'll tell you, right away I could tell it doesn't have the power anything near a gasoline engine, which just has torque galore. But it seems like it's going to be okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to try it out. We'll go slow. I got my gloves. Especially with this type of thing, you really want to be as safe as possible. Especially if you can't afford to be out of work for a while. Okay, so, 1 second, let's get this set up and move this away. And try to get you guys set up here. And we'll try it out. Okay. First, the 4-inch one. And we're cutting it because we're going to split it on the log splitter. If you want to see my log splitter video, you can see I made the first one on my Boss log splitter video, and I'm about to finish up the second one, which is putting a 4-way splitter on the logs, on that log splitter, so it splits wood in 4. So you can watch that. But in the meantime, let's get this started. You have to hold there's a lock button and a trigger. You got to push them both in, like a safety lock and a trigger, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, that was pretty good, I gotta say. It was only a 4-inch split. Look at that, really nice, I gotta say. We'll cut the other piece, and then we'll work on the big one. Just give me a little practice before we move on to the big one. Oops. Wow. That's pretty good. All right, so let's move on to the 9-inch one. I think this is about as big as you would be cutting for home use. I mean, if you're really going to go big, you're going to buy a gasoline model. But let's see how this goes. Let's move this here. Okay. This is 9-inch. Let's see how it works. Right about there. Okay, no big deal. Really, not a big deal. Look at that cut. So, if you noticed, it seemed to have stalled a little bit as I went. And a little bit of this is technique from what I'm learning. As you're cutting it, you want to rotate the log This way, instead of the blade going all the way through, you're kind of rotating and cutting from the other direction. It's a lot easier. I think that's the reason why it stalled and it seemed to pick up when I rotated it. I think because when you're cutting through, the pressure of the log is kind of like add friction to the blade. But as you can see, it's a nice cut. And that wasn't a lot of work to cut a 9-inch log. So I'll tell you, I'm really happy with that. And the funny thing is, I think we can cut logs even larger than this. I don't have anything really larger than that. But I think for the homeowner, you're going to hit 9-inch, maybe 12 inches. I don't think you'll have any trouble with 9 to 12-inch logs. Maybe even with some effort, a 16-inch log if you cut it from one direction and then work on the other direction. So, how is this product? Well, I've only used it for a couple of minutes, so I don't know if I can't tell you the long-term view of this, but I will tell you that the benefits are you don't have to worry about mixing oil and gasoline. When you're done with it, you just clean it off, put it in the garage, and you're done. And that's convenience. You know, it's power versus convenience. So the question is, who is this for? I mean, it's obviously not for a professional. If you're a professional cutting down big trees, you want to use a gasoline chainsaw. But if you're a homeowner who just wants to cut up some firewood once a year or so, twice a year, this really fits the bill. And I think this is something that you'll be really happy with. And that's why I'm doing this tool review, just to get the information out to people. It's not that expensive, and it's something you can get on sale, especially if you sign up with them for the coupons. And you just and if you're not in a rush and you just watch the coupons directly from WORX, you'll get yourself a good deal. So I hope this helps, and just subscribe and watch for my new videos. If you like this video, you'll probably like my log splitter video and my new log splitter video that I'm coming out with soon. Take care and be well.